Hi Math 8, this is Mrs. Cowles, and today we're going to take a look at an extension to notes number 1 for solving two-step equations. Remember, the steps when solving equations with two steps, we first have to undo addition or subtraction. Second, we undo the multiplication or the division. Make sure to add these steps to your notes. So let's take a look at question number 2. X over 4 plus 9 equals 6. To solve this equation, it's helpful to draw a line through the equal sign to help us separate the left and the right side. Our goal is to solve for x. So our first step is to undo any addition to that term. We have a plus 9. We want to undo this addition, make it go to a 0. To get rid of a plus 9, we're going to subtract a 9. To keep our equation balanced, if we take 9 away from this side, we must take 9 away from the other side. 9 minus 9 goes to 0, so I'm going to put a little 0 there to see that it goes to 0. I bring down what I have left. I have left x over 4. I bring down my equal sign. 6 minus 9 is a negative 3. Make sure to use your calculator to double check your math. Do mental math first, then use your calculator. Step 1 is now done. My goal is to now solve for x, to get this x by itself. The fraction bar stands for division. To undo division, we are going to multiply. So, to get rid of x dividing by 4, we're going to multiply x by 4. To show multiplication, I'm going to use parentheses. We do not want to use an x for a times sign because it'll be very confusing with the variable x. So, to undo the dividing by 4, we're going to put a parenthesis 4. That means 4 times x. If I multiply the left side by 4, I need to do the same to the right side. What ends up happening is I have a 4 on top and a 4 on bottom on this left side. 4 divided by 4 divides out to be 1. So I'm going to put a little 1 there. But when I write this down, I know that 1x is the same as x, so I'm just going to bring it down as x equals negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. So the answer to this equation is x equals negative 12. Now we're going to show our check. To show our check, we're going to take negative 12 and we're going to plug it back into our original equation for x. So I'm going to have negative 12 over 4 plus 9 equals 6. So we want to see if this left side is equal to 6. You can use your fraction the fraction key in your calculator, or you can use the division sign to show negative 12 divided by 4. So you're going to take your calculator and you're actually going to type in negative 12 divided by 4 plus 9. Or you can use your fraction key, the ABC key. Negative 12, ABC 4 plus 9. Put that into your calculator and you're going to find that you end up with 6. Bring down the other side. Is 6 equal to 6? That's true, so we got the question correct. Let's take a look here at example number 3. Now, what may be confusing about this problem is we have a negative x. When we see something with a negative x, it's often helpful to rewrite the equation as negative 1x minus 7 equals negative 7. Once again, I'm going to draw a line through my equal sign to help me see my left and right side. My ultimate goal is to solve for x, so we want to get rid of our subtraction. Step 1, undo addition or subtraction. So let's undo this minus 7, and we are going to add 7. Because in this equation, if we add 7 to one side, we must keep it balanced and add it to the other side. This will go to 0. I'm going to put a little 0 there to remind me it's gone, it goes to 0. I bring down what I have left. I have a negative 1x left equals negative 7 plus 7 becomes 0. Last step, I have negative 1 times x. Second is we have to undo multiplication. To undo times a negative 1, we're going to use our fraction bar to show division, and we're going to divide by negative 1. If I do it to the left side, I must do it to the right. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is a positive 1. Remember, to undo multiplication, we divide by what is next to the letter. So I get a positive 1 here. So I have a 1x. 1x is the same as writing x, so I write down x. 0 divided by negative 1 is just 0. So let's check our answer. Now, when checking our answer, and if this is your original equation, negative x minus 7 equals negative 7, that can be a little tricky. So I like to plug it into negative 1x minus 7 equals negative 7. So let's plug it in. I have a negative 1, and in parentheses we put the 0, minus 7 equals a negative 7. use your calculator. -1 times 0, 0, 0 minus 7, -7. I bring down the other side, -7. Is that a true statement? It is. It checks. Example 4, another two-step equation. So we figure out what letter we're solving for. We are solving for n. So I'm going to help me by boxing this -7 in, because my ultimate goal is to get n by itself. By boxing it, it helps me first see I got to take care of what's outside of the box. First, undo this addition of plus 10. So we're going to subtract 10 from both sides. 10 and a minus 10 goes to 0. I'll put a little 0 there to remind me of that. I just bring down what I have left. -7n equals 66 minus 10 is 56. We're almost done. I have to get rid of this times -7. To undo times -7, we divide by -7. Again, to undo multiplication, you divide by what's in front of the variable. This is called your coefficient. So I'm going to divide by -7. Use the fraction bar for division. So we'll divide the right side by -7. A -7 divided by a -7 becomes a +1. So over here I have 1n, which is the same as just having n. 56 divided by -7 is -8. Let's check our answer. So we have our check over here, and we're going to put -7 times -8 plus 10. It should equal 66. Get your calculator out. -7 times -8 is +56 plus 10. Calculator says it should be 66. We get 66 on the right side as well. We did the problem right. All right, for our last problem, another two-step equation. Again, draw the river, I like to call it, through the equal sign. I am solving for v. I like to use a box sometimes to help me see which term I'm trying to get by myself. So I first have to undo subtraction. We're going to do that by adding a +9 to both sides. Now, when I have a -9 and a +9, we think of that as a -9 plus a 9 that goes to 0. So what I am left with is v over -14 equals -8 plus 9 is a +1. Once again now, I got to get the v by itself. I have this divided by -14. To undo division, its opposite is multiplication. So we multiply by what we are dividing by. I'm dividing by -14, so I'm going to multiply. And again, I'm going to use the parentheses to show multiplication. I'm going to multiply by -14 right next to the v. If I do it to the left side, I'm going to do it to the right side as well. -14 divided by -14 becomes a +1. I am left with 1v equals -14. Now again, I just wrote 1v, but we don't need to have the 1v. It should just be v equals -14. But we can see that 1v is the same as just having the letter v. So let's check it. You should always show your check, and then you know you get 100%. We're going to plug -14 in over -14 minus 9 should be equal to -8. Again, you can type this in your calculator. You can type -14 divided by -14 minus 9, or you can use the fraction key, -14 ABC -14 minus 9. You put that in and you will find that you get -8 equals -8. Okay, Math 8, there is an extension of notes number 1, solving two-step equations. Have a great day.